What's going on, second grade? Mr. Hunter here with your second grade health lesson. We're going to be starting on pages 21 and 23 today, so get your book out for me today. This is what your book looks like: health, safety, and manners. All right, we're going to do a little recap. What have we been talking about? We've been talking about the foods we've been eating, talking about drinking lots of water. So breakfast, good breakfast foods, right? You guys are working on that right now. We can't wait to see what you're going to have for this Friday to show me what you've been eating for breakfast the past few days. That's a reminder to myself. I know I need to remind you guys, remind myself what I've been eating for breakfast. I've had cereal, I had some eggs and bacon and toast this weekend. And so just making sure we're eating good, drinking orange juice, drinking some juice, getting fluids in us. Most importantly, making sure we're eating breakfast. Solomon and Ada, we saw you guys eating yesterday on our Zoom class. So we know you're getting a good breakfast. And so make sure you guys are paying attention to what you're eating all throughout the week. All right. I have a poem on the board, and it's talking about a little bit what we're going to be dealing with today. Our title for the day is what we're talking is good dinner. Everybody say good dinner. So just as important as it is to eat a good breakfast, it's even more important to eat a good dinner. And here it is. Here's our poem. It said, now it's time for you and me to list good foods from A to Z. And guess what, guys? You see I wrote the alphabet here. I'm going to have a piece of food that is good for you for every letter of the alphabet. Yes, maybe we'll even have something for X and Y. So we'll see when we get there. Okay. There's a bunch of foods that you eat. You eat nuts, all those things we talked about for breakfast. We're going to do this. Now, before we move any forward, any further along, I'm going to do a good health checkup. And this is something I'm going to read off. So I want you guys to pay attention really quickly. All right. I want you to look at page 115 in your book. All right. This is what it looks like if you don't know. 115. So get to 115. All right, if you need to pause the video, go ahead and pause it, but we're going to jump in. The answers to this, and we're not going to answer it right now, but I'm going to ask you guys, I want you to think about it, all right? Are you sitting straight and tall? Okay. Do you look and feel rested? What time did you go to bed last night? Do you feel rested? Are you doing better? I know some of you were going to bed really late, but you feel tired now? If you do, that may be a warning that you need to go to sleep early. Are your hands and your fingernails clean? Are your hands and your fingernails clean? My hands are washed, they're clean. Are you biting your fingernails so you don't have any nails? That's something that you want to make sure of. Are your face, your neck, and your ears clean? So when you're washing, are you just brushing your teeth and then you go away? No, you got to wash your face. Now, what about your ears? What about everything else? You got to make sure those are clean too. All right. Is your hair clean and combed? Mr. Hunter, I don't have to worry about that up here, but the beard, yeah, got to comb it, got to make sure it's clean, wash it, oil it, do all those things. Are your teeth clean? Your teeth should be clean. You should be brushing them twice a day at least. Sometimes you should brush them after you eat, but definitely in the morning, definitely at night, brushing your teeth. And then, are you wearing clean clothes? I hope you're not wearing the same clothes as yesterday. If this is 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you still have on your pajamas, I want you to put on some clothes, put on some sweatpants or something, but make sure you feel fresh. When you're dressed fresh and you feel fresh, you'll behave even that way. All right. Is your room clean? Uh-oh. This is a big one for everybody. Is your room clean? Is it nice? Are you tripping over toys? Are you tripping over papers? If your mom asked you to find something for her, would you be able to find it, or would you have to look for 10 minutes underneath of all the junk that's in the way? Make sure your room is clean. Now, here's a different one. Have you been outside in the fresh air and sunshine today? I know that there's the coronavirus and everything's going on, so you may not, parents may not let you go outside, but maybe you got a backyard, maybe you have a garage, maybe you go outside just on the front lawn or right outside on the sidewalk and you take a deep breath, see the sun. We live in sunny California. It's not raining here. It's beautiful. We live in LA. So maybe you guys should go outside and get a little breath, fresh air. Wear your mask if you go outside and do it. If you're in your backyard, it's okay, but just get outside and get a bit. And then the last thing, it's a good health checkup. It says, do you have a happy smile? You know, Mr. Hunter, I always got my smile nice and ready. But that's called a good health checkup. So those are the things you should be doing each and every day, making sure that you're feeling good, you're looking good, you're smelling good, everything about you is doing all right, and you're following these tips to make sure that your body is going to be the best that it can be. All right, let's turn our pages back over to 21, and let's get ready to jump in here. All right, are we ready? You guys ready? All right, I'm gonna get myself ready here. All right, it says a good dinner. Everybody say a good dinner. All right, our vocabulary word for today is relaxing. Everybody say relaxing. And you could even say it. You could even say that word relaxing. You could like relaxing. Isn't that nice? Relaxing. Wow, that feels good just saying it. All right, a good dinner. Doesn't the good smell of food being cooked make your mouth water? Mm-mm-mm. I can smell it right now. Dinner is usually a meal when everyone in your family eats together. If you don't eat with your family, it's okay. But usually, sometimes we try to eat with somebody else or eat with another person, at least one other person. But sometimes families eat together all at once. All right. It should be a happy, relaxing time. This is like the end of the day. There's no more work to do. It's relaxing. It's time to eat and relax and talk to your family, talk to your friends, and see how their day was. All right. A good dinner includes milk, another protein food such as meat, poultry, or fish, one or more cooked vegetables, a fruit, or a vegetable salad. Now, I don't usually have milk with my dinner, but I do usually have some sort of protein food or meat, or poultry, or fish. I usually have vegetables and a fruit or vegetable salad. Sometimes I have a pizza, but I'm not going to tell anybody if you don't. All right. Don't tell nobody. All right. Now, whole grain bread or rolls and a simple dessert may be added as well. So you may have some rolls, may have some bread, and then you might have some dessert. You may have some chocolate chip pudding. You may have some ice cream. You may have some cake, some cheesecake. You may have some brownies, some cookies. You know, if you do have those things, you can always invite Mr. Hunter over. I would gladly come by, and I will social distance. I will stay 6 feet apart, but I will make sure that I have a plate ready to get some of your dessert. If you want to share, let me know. All right. It says you should not eat a large dinner because your body needs most of its nutrients earlier in the day. All right. So most of your nutrients come from your breakfast. They come from your lunch. So a large dinner usually isn't going to do anything, but you can't eat a dinner that's just going to make you full or have you feel satisfied. But don't overdo it. Don't pile on. Okay. Now, a large meal takes longer to digest than a smaller one. So if you eat heavy at nighttime, but then you're not going outside, you're not running, you're not walking, you're not doing any activity, what's going to happen to all that food that you eat? It's just going to sit there. It's just going to sit there and it's going to store off and it's going to take longer to burn, longer to digest. And the body doesn't, if it doesn't have enough time to digest your food before you go to bed, you might not sleep well. Have you ever heard somebody say you shouldn't eat really late? Yeah, that's something that's really, really true. You shouldn't eat really late at night because you're going to go to sleep and your body needs time to digest the food. So you need to be awake for it to do that. If you're laying on your side, if you're asleep and your body has to digest, it's not going to be able to digest all the food away. You may store it up as fat. You may not feel well. You may not be able to sleep well. So it's good to eat an earlier dinner and then have time to store it off. Sometimes people eat and they go for a walk to try to walk it off. So those are some things that happen as well. All right, let's look at the bottom. It says, thinking it through. Write down the foods that you ate for dinner today. So what's something that you ate for dinner? Maybe you ate some chicken. Maybe you had a hamburger. Maybe you had some French fries. So what is something that you ate today? You guys can think about it. You don't have to write it down in there, but I want you to think about what you had for dinner. And then I want you to ask yourself this question. Did I eat a good dinner today? And there's a second part. Did I eat too much food? Now, I don't want you guys, listen to me. Ada, Solomon, Michael, Naomi, Mackenzie, everybody, listen to me. I do not want you to go and tell your mom and your dad or whoever's making dinner, say, you didn't cook a good dinner. Mr. Hunter said you didn't cook a dinner. I see you guys are laughing, right? No, no, no. Mom and dad would not be happy. They would not be happy with me either. So don't tell your parents that they did not cook a good dinner. But I just want you to be mindful of some of the things you should be having with your dinner and you can have. So if you didn't eat vegetables all this week, guess what? You can start today. You can start tomorrow. But just know these are just tips to try to help you to eat right. All right. I'm going to read something to you. All right. I'm going to think about this. Eating foods that are good for you at nighttime is so, so important. Because again, when you're going to sleep, when you're staying up, and then you go to sleep and you haven't worked out, you haven't gone for a walk, you haven't done anything active, it's going to sit in your body a little bit longer and it's harder to burn off. So I'm just trying to get that point in your head. All right, let's look at page 22 and 23. It's called the good eating chart. Just like we looked at the good skills chart, the good health chart, things you're doing. It's a good eating chart. So it says, write down all the food you ate today. List any food that is not necessary for a nutritious meal under the section other. All right. Now on 23, it says, did you eat as much as your body needed from each food group? You should eat only a little fat or sugar or salt. So look at this. This is what it says you need every day. You need 2 cups of milk every day. So remember, we talked about that. You have cereal, 2 cups of milk every day. Meat and beans. You need a variety of protein foods every day, right? Meat and beans, different things like that. Vegetables. It says you need 2 or 3 servings of cooked or raw vegetables every day. So it's gonna be frozen vegetables. There's gonna be carrots, peas, anything you like, corn. You like, yeah, anything you like. All right, you can chop it up, have it in there. Now, for fruits, you need 2 or 3 servings of fruit or fruit juice each day. So if you're drinking fruit juice, that's good too. The fruit juice, as long as it comes from real fruit, that's great. And then half of the cereals and breads and pasta and rice that you eat each day, there should be whole grain food. So whole grain's a lot better for your body than just the regular. So make sure if you're eating that stuff, make sure you're getting the whole grain. That'll do your body even better. And then at the bottom it says you need only a small amount every day. And what is that? Fats and oils. So you don't have to go and say, oh, I'm looking for that food to have fats in it. But just look at the back of the package when you're eating it. See how much of that ingredient is inside of it. You can do with a little bit, but if you get a lot of fats and oils, it's not going to be good for your skin. It's not going to be good for your body and your health. So just make sure you're paying attention to that. And then at the very bottom, this is the fun one. This is where you guys are smiling. I know Mr. Hunter, you guys know me. I was bad with this earlier. If you're eating too much salt, too much candy, too much cake, too much ice cream, too many chips, raise your hand. I don't eat that much, but I do like candy. I can't lie. I do like candy. I chew gum, but I'm working on being better about it. So make sure that you're not eating more candy than you are some of the other things. If you had 1 cup of milk, but have had 4 pieces of candy, you might want to add some more milk and take away some candy. Okay. All right. So I want you guys to look at that. That is your lesson for the day. But here's where the fun begins. Here's where the fun begins. So guess what? We have this alphabet up here. All right. And now it's time for you and me to list good foods from A to Z. You like that rhyme? Yeah. I wrote it on the board. Pretty cool, huh? I didn't come up with it, but you guys don't care about that, right? It's still pretty cool. Now it's time for you and me to list good foods from A to Z. So we're going to go through all of these, all right? We're going to start at A, and I'm going to hold the board up here, and I'm just going to write down a few, and I'm going to go pretty quickly, all right? So here are some, all right? Here are some foods here. Yeah, everybody can see me? Yeah. All right, so what do we have for A? For A, we have apples. Apples. All right, apples are something you can eat. All right, what about broccoli? Broccoli, that's a vegetable. So you guys should like that pretty good. Broccolis are good. Another thing I like, you know what I like? It starts with a C. It's a vegetable. Carrots. Carrots. Everybody say carrots. Pretty cool. All right, next one, the D word. Duck. Duck. Did you know that there's a special way that you can make duck? So everybody eats chicken, but you can eat duck. Duck is good for you. What about E? It's a breakfast food. Eggs. Eggs are great. Eggs are great. And then we have F. It's called pescado. Remember, carne is meat in Spanish. Pescado is fish. All right, fish. All right, and then for G, I like these little round fruits. Little round fruits. They come in a big cluster. Grapes. All right, everybody say grapes. All right. So, and if you guys can, get a piece of paper and write this out with me so you know some different things. So you have different foods for all the letters of the alphabet. So get a piece of paper out and copy this down with me, okay? So you have apples, broccoli, carrots, duck, eggs, fish, grapes. H, we have honey. I like honey. You know what honey's good for? When I drink my tea, honey helps my throat feel better because I'm talking a lot when I talk to you guys. So I want to make sure my throat feels okay. All right? Next one, I. This is like a snack, guys. You shouldn't eat this every day, but ice cream. Ice cream. What's your favorite ice cream? My favorite ice cream is butter pecan or butter pecan. Butter pecan. All right, next one. This is something you drink. Juice. Remember, we should be getting fruit juice. All right, and then the next one is, it's a vegetable. Ask your parents about this. You want to try it out sometime. It's called kale. Everybody say kale. Okay. All right, so now we're on L. All right, now we're on L, and I'm going to sit down so you guys can copy that. All right, L, we have something called liver. Now, I could hear you guys groaning through the screen. I know you guys are like, why are we doing that? I don't want that. I don't want that at all. But liver is good for you, all right? It has to be cooked the right way. you want your parents to make it good, if you want somebody else to cook it for you, that's fine. Try it out. But liver, once you get older, it's really good for your body. All right. The next one. This is something that we pour in our cereal. Milk for the letter M. All right. The letter M is milk. So again, I want you to write this down, Mackenzie, Michael, Ada, Solomon, Naomi. I want you to write these down so you got an alphabet of all these good healthy foods that you can eat. We have milk. Then we have nuts. So you can eat like nuts, like oats and all those things. You eat nuts. So that's for N. All right. Did you guys know there was that many foods that you could eat with different letters of the alphabet? Well, what about this one? What about O? What's a fruit that starts with O? Orange. Oranges. We eat oranges. All right. So we have oranges. We have that. And then for the letter P, we have something you can eat at night. You can eat mashed potatoes. Potatoes. All right. So we got that. Good job, guys. You guys are doing good. We're almost there. Q. Now, what do you think about this? Q. We already said duck. That's a type of bird. There's another type of bird that you can eat. It's called quail. Quail. If you don't know what a quail is, you can look it up. All right. Quail, the type of bird, but it's almost like a duck. It lives in kind of the same environment, and it tastes pretty good too. All right. Next one, R. I put these in my oatmeal when I eat my oatmeal. Raisins. All right. Raisins. Raisins are good for you. Raisins are good for you. I know you guys eat raisins a lot. And then there's something that starts with an S. It's similar to kale, but it was cooked. Kale, a little bit softer. This is a hot food. Kale is actually spinach. It makes Popeye really strong with his muscles. All right. So let's do that. Spinach. All right. For letter T, what do we have? There's another type of fruit. Some people think it's a vegetable. It's actually a fruit. Tomatoes. Tomatoes starts with a T. Tomatoes. All right. And now we're down to some hard ones. What's something that starts with U? Guess what? We don't have anything to put down there. I want you to think of something. Think of something that starts with U, but we don't have anything. Even in the book, it has nothing next to it. So maybe there's nothing that eat that's healthy that we have for a letter U. All right. What about V? All of these things, carrots, broccoli, those are called vegetables. Vegetables. So V can be vegetables. All right. Vegetables. All right, and then we have W. W, there's another fruit. What fruit starts with the letter W? It's really big. It's green. It's heavy. It's a watermelon. You eat it in the summertime, right? It has a lot of seeds. You have to spit the seeds out. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. All right. We got watermelon. And then next we have X. Guess what? X is the second letter that we don't have anything for. There's a soup that's in Asia that starts with X called Euclid or Suclus soup, but that's not something that we eat here in America. It's not anything have. So the book doesn't have anything for it either. And then we go to Y. I like little Yoplait. You know what Yoplait is? Yoplait is a yogurt. So we're gonna put Y for yogurt. All right, Yoplait for Y, which is yogurt. And then there's a last little vegetable here called zucchini. I get you guys didn't know we were gonna get Z. Zucchini. So we got a Z with zucchini. All right. So we have zucchini. So there you have it, guys. You can pause the video. You can write all these down, but that's pretty cool. You have every letter of the alphabet covered, all these different items you can eat, all these different types of food. So maybe that's something you could do as a game over the summertime with your mom and your dad, brother. You could say, let's eat something. Let's eat a vegetable that starts with the letter A tonight. And you think of something, or let's eat something that starts with a different letter, and you have to go to this list and pick one off of it. All right. Really cool. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. We'll see you tomorrow.